Right, good morning everyone. It's Saturday morning still, just been doing a bit of tidying up because I'm going to be recording a video today for a new cleat holder for my nail gun. Specifically because I know I'm going to be using this for pretty much everything that I want to build the wall. And I made probably quite a bit else, so I thought I'd get this one done first, and I should just make life a lot easier in the workshop. So I've just been tidying up because last Wednesday, Thursday evening, although I was in the middle of prepping for this, I realised that it was very, very dark. So at the moment it was very dark one evening, and the light in here it's all right, it's not too bad, but what I wanted to do was actually get my LEDs sorted out so that I can actually cast some light in here so you can actually see me. So the real problem was, and welcome, originally I was actually going to have my LEDs mounted up on the top here to shine down, and I realised that actually being in the workshop here, I actually needed the light in front of me. I don't know whether I can actually reach that to turn it off, because the actual difference is amazing. So I was really pleased I got that done, so it meant that when I come to the evenings while it's still dark, I've still got some more light in here so I can see what I'm doing. Welcome everyone. If you want to say hi in the chat, that'd be great. Because apart from one person who turned up for about 3 seconds a week ago, you're the first two to join up. Hold on, where's the chat in here? Now I'm only doing this on my iPhone. Do you know what? I haven't actually used the chat on here yet. I don't know how the chat actually shows up on my iPhone because I haven't done it before. No, don't know. Right, if you want to say hi, no, I don't know how. Click on this because I haven't done it before. But if you can message now that you're here, so what I'm actually going to be doing to get a video recorded to build a cleat holder for this. So I've already done some of the prep and actually got some of the wood already cut up. Hold on 1 second. And I actually did myself a little treat last week because one of the things I don't have is a good cutting straight edge for my new circular saw. So what I did, if you've seen the video that I did on fixing my window at the back, I ended up with a load of offcuts of this trim, and I had a load left over, so I thought actually what I'd do is, rather than trying to buy something new, because that was all quite straight, I actually decided to use it to make myself a cutting board so I could use my circular saw for cutting straight edges. Now it's not particularly big, but it works really, really well. I was really surprised. So I've just done it so I can cut from both sides, and that's coming really handy, especially when I was cutting all the parts for the pieces for the cleat I'm building for that. So that's still going to be cut up. I haven't decided how I'm going to actually mount it. Probably want it at an angle because I want it to be dual purpose. And I'm still writing notes on the sizes. So at this point I've got the bottom and the top cut. And because almost all of it is being made out of scrap wood, because I'm trying to do scrap wood for almost everything that I build in here, I've got the middle and bottom shelf for the pins and the nails. They're cut. The back is cut. Both sides are cut, although with these three I still need to cut them down. So I'm going to do that at some point very soon. And that's just my spare bit of wood for cutting all these bits up on. So I'm now thrown because 11 people have turned up, which is brilliant. Hi everyone. Say hi in the chat, and I will try and find out how to find the chat in there, because I don't know. Hold on, let's see if I can figure out where that comes up. If you can just say hi to see if I can actually see where it comes up on the screen. I don't know whether or not I need to change the aspect ratio on this. Unless you... chat. There we go. No, I don't know. Right, so if you can just say hi, that would be really helpful, and I can figure out how to use the damn thing. But also, if you could let me know if there's anything particular you want to know about what I'm doing, that would also be really helpful. So the one key thing that I have got to do is where I'm mounting. So where I'm mounting this on the side, what I wanted to do was, instead of actually having, because what I have noticed on a lot of videos where I've seen people using the nail guns, they take it out of their cleat holder, they use it on whatever they're working on, and they just have to lay it down on the bench. Well, I thought actually with this one, what I'd do is actually make it dual purpose, so I could mount it up on the wall, but then actually take it off, put it on the bench, and actually have it as a holder on the bench, so it would actually sit and hold it in place. So I'm hoping that'll work, but we'll see, because I haven't built one of them before. So the idea is to kind of mount it on the side of the board, but at sort of like 45 degrees, and hopefully that'll work. We'll see. So it's probably going to get noisy in a minute. So what I'm actually going to do is, so I've got my other camera for recording set up over here, so I'm going to organise my space a little bit, and then I'm going to cut down the 3 boards that I've got here, so I can actually dry fit stuff together, so I can see what I need to do, because literally the only 2 bits I need to do is to cut the board that will sit on the outside to stop this falling out, and then the 2 bits of brackets that will sit on the right hand side to support it at a 45-degree angle. I think that'll work if I can glue it and pin it from both sides, but I know I have to do it in the right order, because if I don't do it before I put the shelves in, I won't be able to get into the other side of it, so it'll end up falling out. So I've just got to do it in the right order. So I'm going to get that camera going. I'm going to welcome on that one, although I think my introduction is actually going to be done at the end of the video for this one, I think. But I do need to change my glasses, because when I'm doing it up close, it's probably getting older. The number of times I have to change my glasses each day is ridiculous. I just hope I can still see as straight as I can. That's helpful. Right, I'm the big T Jenny, and if you've seen my community post I put out this week, I think it was, I put a question on there about the name for the channel. Now, originally, when I started the channel a couple of years back on Instagram, it was actually Wood Tea and Biscuits, which I quite liked because it was a bit of fun. And then I thought, is that going to work on YouTube? I didn't think it would, so I changed it to the Woodworking Club. But a little while later, I was just thinking about names, and I actually came up with Too Many Clamps and also the Workshop. So I put the poll out there. If you haven't seen it, I might repost it again. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. I'll resend out that community post so you can vote on it, because even if you aren't going to follow me, I'd like to know what you think on the names, because what I don't want to do is get so far into building the channel that if I do end up changing the name, people go, who? So I'd like to do it sooner rather than later. So that'd be really good. Right, I don't know if any of you have actually posted anything yet, because I can't see. And I really don't know how to actually get the messages up. Send messages such as potential spam on the project. All messages are visible. What's this? No, I don't know. Practice rules. No, I'm going to end up breaking this thing if I keep playing with it. Do you know what? I have no idea how to get 6. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to rotate the camera. The only problem I get is it keeps telling me that I need to rotate it back, because even though I set it to landscape, it doesn't want to do it, which is really annoying. But it's not coming up with any live chat either. Okay, right, we'll just leave it that way. Right, now I'm guessing that when I look at this video later, I'll be able to see the chat. I hope. So post comments and suggestions, or if you caught the names there, just post on there what you think of the names, which one you like. I'm going to get that started now, and then I'm going to try and figure out what it is I'm going to do in what order. But I'm going to get these cut, so I need that. So just an update of how the workshop's going. So what I do, so last week I managed to get the lights sorted out, because that's made a huge difference in here. I also got the power plug on this side sorted out. I found another 4-GAN plug to run on that side, so now on this side of the workshop I've got the main LED lights up here. Let's see whether or not I can actually, hold on. So at the moment that's with the 3 bars of LED on, and it really drops it down. In the daylight it doesn't show up so much, but at night time it makes a huge difference. So now that I've got that plug run over there, I've got my radio, those lights, the ring light here, which also helps, plus the charger for my phone, because trying to run anything on there when I'm recording, it's an older phone, it's only I think it's an 8 Plus that I've got, so I've had it for years and the screen's cracked, but it works fine. And that was done, and I also got this little one up here, so just to get a little bit of accent light on there, just to make it a little bit nicer. I'm probably going to get a different colour bulb in there, or at least get a filter on it. But yeah, give me some comments on what you think on that. And of course, that came from the other half, which I thought was really cool. And it's taken up space that I don't want to take up for the cleats that I need to build for in there, but that'll be fine. Right, I'm going to start recording over there. I've got the other bits connected. I'm going to get these bits cut, so it'll be a bit noisy for a couple of minutes, but then I'll give you a place to work out the shape of what I want to hold the nail gun in place. So give me a sec. Right, give me a moment, I'm just going to get started on the recording for that video, and I'm going to let it run, but for some reason it only does half-hour chunks to Canon 200. So what I am going to be doing soon is I'm hoping to pick up a wide-angle lens. I've got the standard 18 to 55 lens on it, which is brilliant, and when I was doing my other channel, when I was doing work outside, it was fantastic for that. But in here, because it's only a single garage, the actual distance across with that camera, the field of view is so narrow that it hardly gets anything. So like with this, with the vertical view on the iPhone, at least you get a view of the workbench here. With that, because I'm recording those, I'm going to use that for all long form, and I'm trying to do short form stuff with the iPhone. That's great. That's okay. It's good, but it's okay. So I do need to, I have actually found 2 wide-angle lenses I'm looking at. So I'm hoping that I can pick one of those up in the next couple of weeks. And they're not too expensive actually. One of the first ones I was looking at were 360 quid, and the other one was 470. One was a Fujitsu, and I can't remember what the other one was. But both the ones I've looked at, which are second-hand ones, which are just worn on the collars. I think one was 109, the other was 119. So I'm looking forward to getting one of those and see how it will look on the camera. So let me welcome on the camera, and then we'll get started with getting a few of these bits cut up and see what kind of damage we can do today. Right, welcome everyone. Today we're going to be building the... We'll start again because that was terrible. Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be building a cleat holder for my nail gun. At least gives me something to start on. Right, so I'm going to get these 3 bits cut. Tell you what. I've just got to say, having the this has come in really handy. My old clock that I had, I actually bought in 2003, and it was god awful. I realised that once I started trying to do finer work in here, the blade wasn't at 90 degrees, it was about 87 degrees. So every time I was trying to cut and put together, it wouldn't work, and I couldn't work out why. This is ever so slightly off 90 degrees, and I can't get it to go any further, but it's only half a degree. But for the stuff I'm doing at the moment, that's not too much of a problem. So for most of the things I'm doing, plus when the boards are narrower, so the 3 and 6mm boards, it doesn't necessarily become a problem yet. But they've been pretty good. So that has come really handy. You know, the reason I've got the drill and driver set that I got from its catalogue, and I got a nice deal on those. So I bought these probably 2 years ago now, and they've had a hard life already. We did a major redecoration in the hall stairs and landing, and loads of bits needed, and I needed these in there. I think I used this one for mixing up the paint to make sure it was smooth enough to actually use in our sprayer. We had to water it down and we had to put an additive in, but I had to use this to mix it, and that was hard work, but the drills worked really well for that. So that pair of drills was, I think it was £189, which I thought was a bargain, and it also came free with a couple of bits boxes, which I found really handy. They've come really useful, although I've already broken 3 of the drill bits that were in there. So I'll do it on this side. So if you're just joining, I'm recording for a video to put together the cleat holder for my nail gun. I made up this for my straight edge 2 weeks ago. Welcome to the new visitors. Got any questions or comments? If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. So I'm just cutting down the boards so I can build the cleat holder. Make sure I've got things marked up to make sure I don't put them back and use the wrong pieces. So when I started organising the garage this morning, I'd stored all the bits that I was going to use on my new work stall. I don't know whether you've seen the video yet, but I built a workshop office stall out of the log, which is actually really handy. The only problem was on the first day when I used it, I tried to whip across the garage and I fell over. Now, for some reason, I can't see the comments on my phone. I don't know why. can't work out how to actually bring them up, so I'm going to have to look into that later. On the bits that I was going to that I've just cut off, I put siding, and I didn't put it on the pieces I'm keeping. But as they're both the same size, it doesn't matter which side they go on. The only thing that does matter is the order that they go in, because the right hand side of the holder has got some small bits of wood on the outside to support the nail gun once it goes in, and I have to put those pieces in first. But I've also got to cut 2 dados in it before I do that, so that the shelves can sit inside. I haven't decided whether I'm going to glue them yet, because once they're cut, they'll be able to slide in and they'll just hold in place. So I don't know, but I can't make them interchangeable because I'm using scrap wood to build everything. The 2 shelves that I've got, one is 6mm and one is 9mm, or is it 12? Actually no, it's 9 and 12, I've written on it wrong. That might be a real pain. Cut the dado if it's too small or too big. Too big would be worse. Right, one more to cut. So this is the backboard. And even though it took the time to figure out exactly how I wanted the holder to be built, actually the design is really, really simple. But because I haven't built one this complex before, because the only 2 slightly complex holders that I've built is the tape holder and my clamps holder. I don't know whether you've seen the video or not, but my pen holder was literally taking an old pot from our old draining board that we chucked out and sticking a Cleat on the back of it. That works great. My dead mouse keeps falling off. That's not called a dead mouse, is it? I can't remember what it's called. My fluffy thing off my microphone keeps falling off. Right, and that one's the back. Right, I shall try and loosely show you what this looks like on the bench. But I have no idea if it'll hold together while I'm trying to hold it in place. I'll try and use some of my tools to hold things, to hold its shape. Right, so bottom, back. So what I've done with the design is to allow 2 shelves to hold, one to hold nails, one to hold pins, and then a bottom shelf to mount the cable. So where the actual nail gun was set on this outer side here, to mount it at an angle, and the cable for mine actually comes at the bottom. What I'm going to do is cut some shape out the side here so the cable can sit through and sit on the bottom shelf, so it's not dangling or hanging on the side, because my garage space is so small, I am very restricted on space. So I have to try and make the best of the space I've got, so I've got to try and keep things as tidy as possible. I'm still undecided on what I'm going to do with actually supporting the nail gun. I'm not sure I'm going to do it yet. I do have a few options for different types of wood. I mean, I've got tons of wood in here. I went out last week, Monday, Tuesday. There was a guy he was doing a refurb on his house, and he had loads of pieces of wood like this, but he had also a load of old, beautifully dry old shelving and cupboards that they'd ripped out because they were doing a complete redesign in the house. So I've got loads of great wood from him. You know, there's a load of stuff I need to take off, a few bits I need to clean up, but boards like this of different sizes that's similar, I've probably got maybe 20 to 25 bits of wood of different sizes like this, and including all the leftover MDF and ply that I've got, that will probably be more than enough to populate most of my Cleat wall. Okay, right, now because Chatsco, hi, hello. Right, okay. Hi. Right, can I reply? Oh, I can't actually type in the chat. Oh. Okay, well, I'll let it run to the half hour. And after that, we'll close this off for the day, and then I'll start using this to record stuff for actually creating the video. Right, so just in case anyone is going to pop in. Right, so this is going to be one of the sides. Where's my gun? Right, so on so that's the bottom. Oh, thank you. Can you tell me what's good about it so I know for next time? I had put a poll out for questions about what people would like to see on a live stream, and I only got a couple of answers, and one of them was actually to do project work, which is one of many that I've got going. But yeah, if you give me a bit more information, that'd be really, really helpful. So I did a few before, and literally no one turned up, which is not surprising because I mean, we're only up to 77. Yeah, 77 subs at the moment, so I wasn't expecting many people to turn up. But this morning, after I think I've done 4 live streams, and I think one person turned up for 3 seconds and thought, oh god no, and then ran away. Today I think I had 13 turn up at one point. Yay. Right, so what I'm actually doing, I'm just trying to design or shape what I want to use to mount the nail gun on the outside on the right hand side. So looking from your point, that will sit on the bottom like that, and then the nail gun will mount kind of, I don't know whether you can see that actually. So that I can mount it on the side like this, or something like that. And then the cable will feed through at the bottom to sit inside on the bottom shelf, I think. Something like that. So I've just got to make sure that it actually fits inside where the rest of the walls are. I'm going to guesstimate that that's okay there. And it moves. Actually, that's better. I'm going to mount it slightly higher so I've actually got a bit of flexibility for running the cable through. I just need to make sure that the hole's big enough and smooth in front of the edges so I don't damage it. Right, okay, so, pencil. I need a straight edge. Well, at least I can use the nail holder at the bottom for that straight edge. So I might be able to use the leftovers that I've got from the Cleat wall timbers. So, yes you can. So that would sit at the bottom and then this piece comes out and then the other side sits on the outside here, but it's going to be contoured so that I can get my hand onto the handle so that I can take it out but not get my hand caught on anything. Okay, right, so yeah, they might do it. So I actually do have a couple of spares. I was going to throw them when I finished the Cleat wall. I thought actually no, I might keep them because they come handy and they're coming really handy for this. Just got to be careful of the power switch on the bottom here. So what I may do is just run it's not very hard. What's not very hard? So I just need to make sure that I cut those the right width. So I'm in the drawing. Right, so the gap I've put for the right hand side was 70mm. So what I'll probably do is I'll cut off the old Cleat line that I had, because the actual size of the timber is good, so I'm going to glue and staple them from both sides, so that should hold it really nicely. But I just need to cut down 70mm size. I'll do that with the circular saw. Yeah, that's great. Actually, I'm going to do it with that one. It's in much better nick. Now, for some reason, I can't post on the live chat. I thought I could. So, if you've got any questions, pop them into the messages, and I'll try and catch them when I can. Welcome, everyone. Right, so old cleat part, so I'm going to do, I might do this by hand actually. I think. Yeah, looks right. Right, so I need two brackets at 70mm. Actually, I'll show you a little drawing. Right, so what I'm looking to do, the nail gun sits in here at about 45 degrees, and I need two brackets for it to sit on. So they're going to be 70mm in width, and the actual size of them, as long as they match the two lines that I've got there. Can you see those? God, I don't know whether you can see those at all. Oh, there we go. Right, so that one is where the nails sit inside the nail gun, and that's the bottom of the handle where the power switch is. The power switch is over here, so this needs to be short enough that it doesn't actually mean that the power switch is sitting on that. So as long as I'm not too long for that, and that's okay, then we should be good, I hope. So 70. Yes, so I'll cut them to width. I'll cut them to the width of what needs to go in there, which is 70mm, and then I can trim down the length of it to make sure that they match what I need on there. I think. Now, what you'll get, so possibly this week, the result of this session now will be me actually posting the video for actually the full build on this. I'm just finishing off a video on the new face on my bench vise. So when I originally built the bench, which was the first thing I did to actually start the workshop on running, was to get that built. Oh no, my tea's gone. Oh, it's cold. And I completely forgot to put the wooden face on my bench vise. But as it is, over the last year, I haven't actually used it. So I'm going to, I'll tell you what, as there's no one here now, and we've gone for 40 minutes already, wow, okay. I'm going to call it a day there. I'm going to concentrate on this because I don't want to get it wrong. And message me if you want to hear any specific stuff on any live chats, because that would be great. And I will try and figure a way to have this in such a way, maybe even buy myself a second phone or something, so I can actually interact with the chat, maybe, don't know. But thank you everyone for joining. I am going to be signing off in a minute. I'm just about to cut a few new pieces to actually build this cleat holder for my nail gun, and I need to concentrate on getting the sizes right. I don't want to do the video that I'm going to post hopefully next week and it fall apart once I've built it. So message me, leave some notes in the comments if there's anything specific you want to see on any future live streams that I might do, or if there's any videos you want to see. I've got millions of the things that I'm going to be doing. I mean, I've got so much to do in here. Once I've done this nail gun holder for the cleat wall. Probably the next one is going to be for my 1/2 inch router. It's only a cheap one, and I do need to get it set up because I need to run a couple of channels to the top of my workbench so I can actually build myself a crosscut sled, because I don't have room for a mitre station in here, and the mitre saw that I do have is so. I've probably got a fair order of stuff that I need to do things, but getting this one done first is probably key. So I'm going to sign off now. Thank you everyone who joined today. That was really cool. I think I had 13 at one point, which is awesome. Thank you so much. And I will be back again possibly next weekend. I don't know. I know for my main work, I know I've got some new jobs that are coming up, extras that need doing, and probably as the weather's looking not too bad at the moment, it may be that I'll need to be doing some of those at the weekend. And that might stop me doing some live feeds on a Saturday or a Sunday. Also, if you can let me know what days are good for you for watching live streams. I know at the weekends you might be doing some project work yourself, and I have organised some lighting here so I can actually record stuff and do live streams in the evenings. I've been trying to keep them down to a short time, but because people are actually turning up today, it's run a bit longer than normal. So I'd probably aim for doing half hour, but if there's certain project work or anything specific I'm going to do, it could run on, so 15 minutes, half hour, an hour. I'm good to work with, whatever you like. But I will close out the live feed now. Thank you everyone for turning up. Really appreciate your company, and I will see you again very, very soon. All right, see you everyone.